10:59. Starting live. That's looking good. Do me a favor, baby. Check that live for me. See if it popped up. Yeah. It's on. All right. They sound good too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Huh? We got 1 minute? Oh, we got 1 minute. I'm sorry. I jollipies. I jollipies. Okay. Since we got 1 minute, what we gonna do? We got Hop, Brian. You said Brian? Blake, and Brian. Okay. Hop, Blake, and Brian. Right? Give y'all the opportunity to win a discipline over dollar shirt, because y'all the first 3 got in here. But you gotta answer a question first. First of all, how much knowledge y'all got on like the stock market and investing and everything like that? None? How about you? You good? You pretty good with it? How about you, Hop? None? Okay, Hop, you was first. So it's gonna go Hop, Blake, Brian. You was the first one in, right? Okay. Can you explain to me what a stock ticker is? Just your own version of it. What's a stock ticker? See, I'm gonna explain it later, but I'm just testing your knowledge right quick.
I don't know. I'm not gonna throw that crazy. I don't know.
You don't know? I appreciate your honesty. You win the shirt, my guy. What size? Small, medium, large, or extra large? Extra large? Okay. Small, medium, extra large. Yeah, you can answer, baby. You win. I appreciate your honesty. You win the shirt. You win the shirt.
Thank you.
We're gonna do a couple giveaways today. Crowd participation. They're gonna be random. If you want, this is what the shirt look like. Discipline over dollars. You know what I'm saying? You win the shirt, my guy. For being honest, we just go from small to extra large. We only got 1 extra large left. We got 2 of each size. We got 1 extra. So if you need 2X or extra small, you out of gas. Okay. You want to try to answer it, baby?
That's the symbol that identifies the company. So for example, Walmart is WMT.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear you, but yeah, that's it. The stock ticker is the identification of the company when you want to buy it on a stock exchange. Every company has a stock ticker, but I'm feedback. Let me see. Let me turn it down. Hold on. Live. No. Presenter. Lecture. Turn this down. Talk. Is that good? Is it still feeding back? It ain't feeding back no more? I kind of heard. Y'all can still hear me good? Okay. I heard. I was hearing a little whistle. I don't want it to be feeding back too much. And then let me. Turn yours on, baby. Is it on?
On.
That's kind of loud. Say something.
Say something.
Okay. All right. Okay. We don't want no. It's 11:02, so we're going to get right into it. First of all, who am I? My name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I'm just some simple dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, born and raised in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is my beautiful wife, Calandra. My 2 boys back there, Tim Jr. and Chris. You know, I'm just a dude who learned a skill that, helped me out in life. And then, what I'm saying, I ask God if he can show me a way to be able to spend more time with my family and still be able to provide for them. He gave it to me. And once he gave it to me, I said, I'm going to share it with everybody else that I come across. I'm going to treat it like the gospel. I'm going to spread it far and wide. And it's up to you to, take it. It can change your life, but it's up to you. You got to take that step. You got to take that step. So what we doing today, this going to be kind of like stock market 101. Today going to be stock market 101. I would advise you to join me again on July the 2nd, because July the 2nd, that's when we're going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to build off the knowledge that we get today, And then on July the 2nd, we're going to be digging into, you know, how to actually start setting up your portfolios. What's the best account to put it in based off your age? You know what I'm saying? How to do it, you know, the smartest way as far as like reaping the most tax benefits in the future. You see what I'm saying? We're going to go into and then how to actually put it in. Today, what we're going to do today, we're going to go over some terms about the stock market by show of hands. Besides Blake, I know Blake good. By show of hands, anybody else got any like stock knowledge? I mean, stock market knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Do you know? Got some stock market knowledge? Everybody else, it's just like you need stock market 101. You need, okay, start, okay, that's good, because that's where we starting at. We starting at stock market 101. And for anybody that would like these slides right here, after we done, I'm gonna be putting it in a Google Drive folder, and I give you the link where you can go download the slides, and so you can have them with you. I really wanted to like print them out, but I ain't know how many people's gonna come, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't want to spend all that money printing them, and only 2 people showed up. You feel me? It's all about budgeting. It's all about budgeting. So we gonna do it like that. And also, if you got friends or family you think would be interested in this right here, you can send them a text message and tell them if they go to youtube.com/thenewtlr. We streaming it live right now, but it won't be saved. It's streaming live right now for anybody who just can't make it here. Just tell them to go to youtube.com/thenewtlr, and it's streaming live right now. They'll be able to see the slides. They'll be able to see me when I swap back and forth between it with technology. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Discipline over dollars, our investing journey. Well, Tim, why do you call it discipline over dollars? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. It's discipline over dollars because when it comes to investing in the stock market, investing, trading is, in Tim Rogers' world, is 90% mental. It's 90% mental. It takes a lot of discipline to not get FOMO, that's fear of missing out, and start chasing stuff. Anybody, when y'all look at the TV, y'all hear people talk about AMC. You hear them talking about GameStop. You hear them talking about SpaceX. You hear them talk about Tesla. You hear all these names all the time, and you hear about people getting rich and chasing it. People won't start chasing them because they got a fear of missing out. They call that FOMO. That's a term in the trader community, FOMO. FOMO is not a strategy. It's all about staying disciplined and knowing when you want to get in, when you want to get out. Stick to your plan. Like my wife always say, stick to the plan. You want to always stick to the plan, right? Let me share these slides with the people on YouTube. Okay, ask them, can they hear me now? Appreciate that. It was set to audio follow slide. It was set to audio follow the screen. It changed to, I had it set last night, but it changed to audio follow stream when I hooked it up here. All right, appreciate it. Sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties. Okay, so like I say, it entitles you to assets and profits from that company, and they usually give you your portion based off in dividends based off the amount of shares that you own. The more shares you own, the more dividends you get paid if the company, you know what I'm saying, pays dividends, right? And they are bought and sold predominantly on the stock exchange. You have some stuff that's off the stock exchange, but I don't worry about that. I only, you know what I'm saying, buy companies that's traded on the stock exchange, right? So what's a stock exchange? A stock exchange, and this picture right here, that's a picture of like modern day New York Stock Exchange. That's how it look now. It's got like a bunch of computers in there. Back in the day, they had a whole bunch of telephones at them stations, and people was calling and, you know, doing all that. But a stock exchange, it acts like a market. It's like a market. Just imagine going into like Walmart and you got a whole bunch of people in there buying and selling. You got that's where the buyers and the sellers meet up. You know, the buyers and the sellers meet up on the exchange. That you did in the New York Stock Exchange is an actual physical exchange where people actually go there. It's a lot of computers there now. The people that actually go in there, they trading on computers. But back in the day, they used to be, you ever seen that movie, Trading Places? What is Trading Places, mama? When they was like, buy, sell, 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 sell. And you know what I'm saying? They was in there on the stock float. That's where they was at, the New York Stock Exchange. And so it was formed in 1972. It's still the largest stock exchange in the world today based off market cap. and the buyers and sellers physically meet there. And the New York Stock Exchange is kind of known as the big board because it's the big one. It's the big dog. You know what I'm saying? It's known as the big board. Now the NASDAQ, which is another exchange, not to be confused with the NASDAQ index. We're going to get into that in a minute, but the NASDAQ is an exchange too, but it's done all on computers. It was formed in 1971 and it's done all on computers, and it made like trading more efficient because it's done with computers. It ain't just physical people like talking to each other, writing on paper, everything done through computers. So it made trading more efficient. So now these days when you buy and sell stocks, 9 times out of 10, you either getting it through the NASDAQ exchange or the New York Stock Exchange. Then they got another exchange out of Chicago. If you do like options like that right there, it's the Chicago Board of Exchange, CBOE, and that's primarily for options. And I trade options, so I do a lot of trading through there. All right. So that's what an exchange is. An exchange is like the marketplace where you buy and sell the stock. All right. Working two computers. All right. What's an exchange? Right. What's an index? An index is a basket of companies. It's a basket of companies, right? An index, not to be confused with an ETF, right? An ETF is just a smaller basket of companies. An index is a big basket of companies. It's where you go to the exchange. They list the companies on an index in the exchange, right? So we got the exchange that hold everything, and then you got an index where you got certain types of companies that go to certain indexes. The 3 main that most people talk about, there are others, but the 3 main ones that everybody talk about on CNBC, all the gurus on YouTube, is the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. Those are the 3 main ones that everybody talk about, right? If you talk to most hedge fund people and most people that trade, when they say the market, they talk about the S&P 500. For most people, because the S&P 500 is approximately 500 of the top U.S. companies, right, that's in the S&P 500. It's like the top 500. It's roughly probably like 502 or 505, something like that. But it's called the S&P 500, right? And they represent approximately like 80% of the total U.S. market, right? These 5 companies represent that. These 500 companies represent that. So these companies are so influential in size that they give a picture of like 80% of the whole U.S. market. So when the S&P move, it's a good image of how the U.S. market doing. That's what the index is, just like a group to represent the whole market, right? The Dow Jones, this like the granddaddy. I call it the granddaddy because it's like 30 of the largest, most influential U.S. companies, right? And it represent about what is it? I think it's probably 30–40%. It's somewhere around there. It represents like a quarter. There it is. It represents like a quarter of the U.S. stock market roughly, but it's only 30 companies in the Dow, right? It's only 30 companies. But when the Dow move and you hear like a lot of people on CNBC, they always talk about the Dow. They be talking about the Dow opened up here. The Dow opened because it's the granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? It's like the first one. That was what everybody wanted to get on back in the day. The Dow was the granddaddy, but you have the S&P, you got the Dow, and you got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, when people talk about the NASDAQ, they usually talking about tech stocks. A lot of tech stocks is in the NASDAQ. There are other stuff in the NASDAQ too, like financial companies, but the NASDAQ is tech heavy. So whenever you hear like people that's really into tech talk about the market, they usually talking about the NASDAQ composite. The NASDAQ composite is what they talking about when they talk, because they got like Apple is in the NASDAQ, but Apple is also in the Dow. You see what I'm saying? Because you can be in different indexes. Apple is so big, it's such a big company that because it takes different requirements to get into certain indexes, but Apple is such a big company. It's like over $2 trillion in market cap. When Apple moves, it has the ability to move the entire market. It's certain companies, like they call them market movers, like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, these companies are worth trillions of dollars. So it's like it moves the market. When Apple start falling, the market start falling. When Microsoft start falling, the market start falling. You have big companies in these indexes that move the entire index, right? So that's what an index is. You got an exchange, the whole where they buy them or sell them. Then you got an index that group the companies together that you buy on the exchange, right? Everybody follow me so far? We tracking, we cooking with Crisco. Why did it go there? Oh no, that's right. Go back. How do I go back? How do I go back? Yes, there you go. All right, I'm working two computers. Y'all bear with me. All right, some common terms. We're gonna go through some common terms. 18. Now speed up a little bit. All right, stock symbol or ticker. We talked about that earlier, but it's a unique series of letters assigned to security for trading purposes. That's the company's ID. When you want to buy a stock, you need to know the stock ticker. And we're going to get into how you can find all that later. Exchange traded funds. That's why I was talking about ETFs are like indexes, but smaller. Like you can't buy an index, but you can buy an ETF. Like you can't go, you know what I'm saying? They have ETFs that represent the index that you can buy, but you can't buy an index, right? Because you got the exchange, you got the index, and now we down here, you got the ETF. You can buy these. You can buy ETFs and you can buy stocks, right? But these are the stuff you can actually buy, but they're in the index and you buy it on the exchange. Everybody follow me? All right. So a sector is a large grouping of companies with similar business activities, products, or services. So you got the companies, they are in a sector. Like there are 11 sectors. You got financials, health, tech, and consumer discretionary. You got energy. It's 11 of them. It's 11 of them, right? So and inside the sectors are industries. Industries are smaller groups of companies that related based on their primary business activity. Meaning, like if you got two people, just say you got company A and they do mining. They do mining, natural like minerals and stuff like that. And then you got this company over here that like a petroleum company. They do gas, they do oil. They may be in the same sector because both of them do some type of mining of the materials, but they're not going to be in the same industry because their primary business is oil, and their primary business might be building something out of this natural material that they buying. So they, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got sectors and then you got industries. The sectors are broke down into industries, right? These just some common terms you might hear. They help you out when you're trying to figure out what companies you want to invest in, and help you out when you're trying to do your DD or your due diligence and your research, right? Well, we talked about sector, industry. All right, PE ratio. PE ratio, you hear a lot of people that invest based off the value of the company talk about the PE ratio. The PE ratio is very important to value investors. And what the PE ratio is the price to earnings ratio. It's the ratio for valuing a company that measures its current share price relative to its its per share earnings, the EPS. Let me say that again. It's the ratio for valuing a company that measures its current share price relative to its EPS, right? So the PE ratio, the formula to get that is the market value per share, like how much it's selling for right now, divided by the earnings per share, right? So if it's $100, you divide $100 by whatever its earning per share is. Well, Tim, what's the earnings per share? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. The earnings per share is calculated as a company's profit divided by the outstanding shares of its common stock. You know, so it's like the profit that it makes, right? Just say if you make $100, right, and you got 300 outstanding shares, you divide 100 by 300, and that's the EPS, right? Then you take that and divide the cost of the shares and divide it by the EPS, and that give you the PE ratio. So people, when you hear people saying it's trading at 10 times earnings, it's trading at 2 times earnings, it's trading at 15 times earnings, they talking about the PE ratio. And for value investors, they look at the PE ratio to say, okay, this company is overvalued right now because it's trading at 50 times earnings. The amount that this $100 that they're buying these shares for, there is trading at 50 times earnings, right? So if you divide that 100 by 50, they saying that the company is worth whatever that is. My math ain't mathing right now. You know what I'm saying? But they saying, okay, it should be, let's just say 5. It should be 5, but it's 50. So it's overvalued. So when you walk in Walmart and be like, they want $8 for a gallon of milk. No, they should be $4. You ain't gonna buy it. That's pretty much what they saying. They charging too much for this company. That's important for people who invest based off of PE ratio. And it's good to know that, because if the PE ratio is too high and you like the company, but their financial sheets ain't showing that they growing at the rate that their PE ratio is, that may not be a good investment, because you may put your money into it and then it may take 15 years for it to catch up to that PE ratio. And now your money stuck not working for you efficiently because the company trying to catch up to what it was trading at. You see what I'm saying? Okay, fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is a method of examining macro and micro factors that will affect the perceived value of an asset. You got macroeconomic factors, meaning like the state of the economy. Like everybody right now, you hear all the time talk about inflation stuff. You hear talking about the Feds doing quantitative tightening, meaning all that money that the Feds gave us back in Corona when they gave us all them stimulus checks and was pumping all that money into them companies, you know what I'm saying, giving out all these PP loans and, you know, doing all this stuff. They're going to start tightening back up on that. They ain't going to be buying back so many securities. They ain't going to be buying back this stuff. Uncle Powell, the Fed chair right now, the Fed president now, his name Jerome Powell. Uncle Powell, hey, he pulling it back in. Run me my money back. Right. So it's like when he running the money back, now he tightening up and the company's starting to, that's why the stock market been pulling back since January, because they Uncle Sugar taking that money back. So they got to come down from them inflated prices that they was getting, cause when money was on the street, everybody out there making it rain, spinning. Now we hastening toward a recession. So now it's time to tighten back up. So that, you know, state of the economy, industry conditions, and then macro factors be like the company's financial sheets. You know what I'm saying? How do they stand out? What separate them from their peers? How effective is their leadership? These are the microeconomic factors based on the company. And then the macro is like more the economic, the world, what's going on in the world outside of the company. Those, and then we're gonna talk about how you can do research on all of that stuff there too. And everything I'm gonna tell you about, you can do it all for free, for the free 99, right? Why use fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis, you can use that to determine the asset's fair market value. Like I say, see what it's worth. When you're looking at they sheets, if they trading higher than they should be trading, determine if it's overvalued or undervalued. When you catch something on sale, hey, this company undervalued, I want to put my money in that. That's why you use the fundamental analysis. It's another type of analysis that we're gonna get more into probably on the August one, called technical analysis. That's more for like if you want to be a trader, if you want to be a swing trader, a day trader. That's when you come to reading charts, when you're looking at the candlesticks and reading the charts. But so we ain't gonna talk about that today. So now, Tim, you've been doing all this talking, give me all these terms. How do I start? I feel you, brother. I felt that same way back in 2020 when I first started looking at all this stuff. How do I start, right? Okay, this ain't no try and true way, but this just some steps to success that I want to share, right? The two with the asterisks on there, to open a brokerage account and study more. We're gonna kind of go a little bit deeper into those, you know. But first thing you need to do to participate in this is to have a brokerage account. That's the first thing you need. just go ahead and set your brokerage account up. And the type of brokerage accounts you can set up, what I showed on another slide. Start putting money in that brokerage account every payday, right? This is what I tell people. I say, figure out your emergency number. Your emergency number is how much liquid cash I need to get to right now to sustain me for however much time you see fit. For me and my family, I wanted a year. Some people want 3 months. Some people want 6 months. Some people say do 5 years. 5 years way too much cash to be having sitting on the side for me. You know what I'm saying? Figure out your emergency number. And once you get your emergency number, don't put no more money in your savings account. Put all your money in your brokerage account. Start putting it in your brokerage account. Put it over there so that you can invest that money and get that money working for you. You know what I'm saying? And most brokerage accounts, when the cash just sitting there, it be in like a money market fund. So you're going to get the same interest on it as if it's sitting in your bank account. But you got it sitting in your brokerage account, ready to go when you catch something on sale. When you walk in the market and be like, oh man, Tesla on sale, I'm about to get that. You see what I'm saying? You got your money over there ready to go. Figure out your why. Figure out why you want to do it, because when the times get hard, when it start dropping like it's been dropping since January, and you look at your portfolio and see that red is my shirt, you gonna have to remember your why. My why, that lovely young lady right there, them two little dude nappy heads back there, that's my why. That's my why. Anytime it get hard, that's my why. I understand. Study. Study mean stay up on the market. You ain't got to do it every night. If you want to be a trader, you might have to be more active on your studying. But stay up on the market, stay up on economics, stay up on the companies that you want in your portfolio. Don't marry these companies. If that company start going against your thesis, they ain't performing like they supposed to, it might be time to cut sling load. Don't marry these companies. Stay up on them. Study. Right? Figure out what type of investor or trader you want to be. That's why I like, if you want to be just a long-term investor, you want to be a day trader, swing trader, you know what I'm saying? Formulate a plan. And when you formulate that plan, execute. The thing that kills us is execution. We come out here to things like this right here. We get all hyped up on it and we never execute. Formulate your plan and execute. Execute. What time is it? 11:30? All right. Before I move on, because I got to get through this in about 15 minutes. Oh man, where did my thing go? Was it still good, baby?
What's that?
The what's the name?
Yeah.
It's still good. Okay. All right. Before I move on. By show of hands.
Do you want to take the
Huh?
slides off?
Oh no, I put it on camera on the thing. By show of hands, who in their 20s? 2. Okay. All right. Well, I know your name. What's your name? Ty. Okay. You was here first. All right. Can you tell me? Make sure it ain't on the screen. All right. Can you tell me what's an industry?
An industry?
Yes.
I sure can.
You can peek at your notes.
It's a smaller group of companies that are related to a primary business activity.
Boom. What's your size?
Medium.
Medium. Small, medium. Appreciate you. You want me to throw it to you? Appreciate you. All right, appreciate you. That's good. You're paying attention. Or taking good notes. Either or. I don't know. All right. So these are like online brokers. And in order to open up let me go back and put my slides back for the people online. Okay, these are online brokers. In order to be able to buy and sell positions yourself, you need to open up a brokerage account, and you do it through online brokers. These are different ones that I just pulled up on the internet and took a screenshot of them. The 2 off this list that I deal with, I have accounts with Ally Invest and accounts with TradeStation. This is just some of the stuff I like about them. These just the ones that I do. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna go through slides showing step by step how to actually open it up with Ally Invest. Every other broker gonna be primarily the same way, but this is just the steps for Ally. If you choose Webull, Interactive Broker, SoFi, TD Ameritrade, they all do the same thing. Everybody do the same thing. All right. So on Ally, you're gonna go there to get started, and you're gonna select self-directed because you want to do a self-directed trading account. It's self-directed, meaning I'm gonna do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Self-directed, and then you're gonna click on start trading. Wherever it is on the screen, you're gonna hit get started, self-directed, start trading, right? You're gonna fill out the information. You're gonna say I'm new. If you already got an account, you say you already got one there, but not, you hit I'm new. You fill in the information. It's your name, email address, all of that, right? We're gonna zoom through these. When you come to the select the account tab, it don't look like this. It just have like individual, joint, and IRA showing. But if you hit all, this shows you all the different types of accounts that you can open. Like you can open a Roth IRA, you can open a traditional IRA, you can open a custodial account for your kids, like I got for my boys back there. You can open an individual, you can open joint. They all are brokerage accounts. The ones at the top, they are taxable accounts. And the ones at the bottom down here, the IRA type accounts, they are tax advantage accounts. You know what I'm saying? And the difference between the Roth and the traditional is the Roth is you put money in post-tax, and then later when you get ready to retire and you're taking the money out, it's all tax-free. You don't pay no tax on it. You don't pay tax on what you put in. You don't pay tax on the gains that you made. And the only thing about that is you got to have it for more than 5 years and be in retirement age to not get penalized and not pay tax. You can draw money out of it anytime off the money that you put in it before retirement age without being penalized. You can take out the money that you put in without being taxed. But if you take out any of the gains before you get to retirement age, you got to pay a 10% penalty for taking it out early. But if you're in retirement age and if you had it more than 5 years, you won't be taxed and you won't be penalized with the Roth. But you can only put $6,000 a year in a Roth. If you're over 50, it's $7,000. I think it's 50. If you're over 50, you can do $7,000 a year. Same thing with the IRA. The IRA is pre-taxed, but you get taxed when you take your money out. You can only put $6,000 a year in the IRA, but you're getting taxed when you take the money out. If you're in retirement age, you won't get the 10% penalty, but you will get the penalty if you're not retirement age, and you will pay taxes on taking out any of the money in the IRA. If you got an IRA and a Roth, as far as I know, you can only do $6,000. It's like, so you do 3 and 3. You can only do 6,000. You can't do 6,000 over here, 6,000 over there. You can only do 3 and 3 if you got both. All right, just wanted to clarify that. So, but we're gonna go deeper into that on the next time, like which accounts for, you know. Oh, I didn't advance them. I left y'all behind. I'm Ajalapi's YouTube. I left y'all behind. Okay. Where we at? Okay. More information you putting in, your information, your birth date, marital status, all that right there, number, dependents, right? Just basic information. Your social security number, basic information. You put in your address. You know, this just how simple it is to do it. You put in basic information, right? Contact information, security questions, right? Nothing hard about it. Employment status, you put your employment status on there. These questions down here, it asks you all this stuff, making sure you ain't trying to do no insider trading. That's my whole thing. Make sure you ain't trying to do no insider trading. They ask you, is it a member of your household, a policy offset, a trading company, stuff like that. Make sure you ain't trying to do no insider trading, right? Financial information. It asks you about like your income, all this right. This the marketing stuff. This when they want to see how much money you making, so they know what kind of emails to send you. You know what I'm saying? You can just pick. You know what I'm saying? I pick like the middle of the road. I pick the middle of whenever I go through. Right? I don't try to make it real. Trading experience. You can click yes or no if you got trading experience. Just ask you how much experience you got in trading. This one right here. If you want to be able to trade options, this is the page that you want to pay a lot of attention to right here. If you want to be able to trade options, and I advise everybody, you know what I'm saying, take apply for trading options. Cause options, having options as a portion of your portfolio helps you multiply your money faster. You know what I'm saying? It helps you multiply your money faster, but you only want to use a small portion of your portfolio for that. So you want to leave it on speculation, right? And then down here at the bottom where it says margin and options, I never trade with margin. I never open an account with margin. Margin is when they loan you money to buy stuff, right? They loan you money to buy stuff, and while you got those positions open, you got to pay interest back on that. You know, I don't never borrow money. I just want to deal with my own money. And then apply for options, put that to yes. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to buy options. It's just good to have the option to buy options. You see what I'm saying? And then you want at least level 2. And the reason why you want to leave that on speculation at the top is because when you hit yes for it give you level 2, and that gives you the opportunity to buy calls and puts. That give you the opportunity to try to make money. If you buy puts, you can make money when the stock market is falling. If you buy calls, you can make money when the stock market going up. Just like when you buy shares, you only make money when the stock market go up, when you're buying shares. But with options, you can make money in both directions. And that's going to be more in the August class when we talk about trading and all that right there. Right. Then we got the basic information. You consent to go into the securities program. It's a program that they got with them. If you leave this check yes. When you look in your account, sometime your cash, it'll be in 2 different accounts, and it's the same account, but it's in 2 different pots. And so that they got like a certain portion into this because it's insured by a security thing based off of you saying you want to participate in this. And it's all in your cash, but it shows in there in 2 different ways. That's with Ally. This is an Ally only thing right here that I know of. This ain't with everybody. But if you do go through Ally and you look at your account sometime and you see your cash broke up into 2 different pots, this is why. If you leave that check there, you'll see your cash being broke up in 2 different pots. And that pot is just insured by the FCC or whoever it is because you said you participating in this plan. In this program. All right, the free tools. I think I done jargoned y'all enough. Let's get to the free tools. Finviz.com, right? You can find ETFs. Let me I'm gonna try to pull it up in a minute. I'm gonna go, yeah, okay, 1140. I'm gonna try to pull up some of these to show you can see exactly what I'm saying. Finviz. That's how you can find out what the company tickers are, right? You can find what sectors the companies belong in. So if you don't know nothing about how to find a ticker, go to Finviz and you're going to be able to find a ticker. I'm going to make sure I pull this up so y'all can see it. CoinFin, it's like a one-stop shop. You can do like research there. You can look at the charts. You can look at like some finance information. It's kind of like CNBC on steroids. You know what I'm saying? It's like CNBC on steroids. CoinFin.com. It's a one-stop shop. You can get a lot of information off of that. The tried and true best way, my opinion, to do research on a company is going to their investor relations page. Every company got one. If you go to Google and you type in Tesla investor relations, it's going to give you the link to go to their investor relations page, and you can see their financial sheets. You can see their you can go there and listen to their earnings reports, because every company got to do quarterly earnings. You can go there and listen to their live earning calls. You can read their old earnings report. Everything you want to know about a company, type in company name, investor relations, and it'll give you the link to their investor relations page, and you can go there and do all the research you need to know on that company. That's the tried and true best place to go. It's going to be a lot of reading, but that's the best because you're getting it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting it filtered through CBNC. You ain't getting it filtered through Bloomberg. You're getting it straight from the company. And they got to put this stuff out there because they're a publicly traded company, right? Barchart.com. I use this one more for like looking at options prices, how the option positions been doing, if they on sale or not. We're gonna dig deep into that in the August class. Stockchart.com. it's like you can go look up the seasonality of stocks and ETFs. If you go to stockcharts.com and click on season and switch it to seasonality in the menu, if you put in a company or ETF ticker, it show you over the last 5 years I check it. It give you a time frame and it show you month by month what's the average performance is of that company. You can see like just at a glance the average performance. So you can see, oh, this time of year Apple ain't doing good. Oh, this time of the year Tesla does good. Oh, this time of the year JP Morgan sucks. You see what I'm saying? Use a quick snapshot and look at the seasonality. And sectorspider.com, that's I look at that one because I invest in the SPY. And the S&P 500, they have ETFs called the Spider ETF, SPDR. They call the Spider ETFs is XLK, XLV, XLY, XLC, XLB, XLI, XLRE. It's all 11 sectors. They got an XL something. And if you go to sectorspider.com, you can look at all the performance and you can go over day by day. Now let me pull this up real quick. Finviz.com. All right. Okay, so finviz.com. If you look on the menu bar right up here, can y'all see the mouse on there? Over there, when I was talking about the map, right? The map, if you click on map, it have like 1 million ads. So if you click on map, it got 1 million ads. It's a free site. You know, it's one of the things you got to deal with on them free sites. If you click on map, this is a heat map. And what this is, it shows you how the companies were doing based off the performance that you got set. I got it set for 1 day. So on Friday, this is what all the different companies did on that day. So if you notice, you see inside, like this is Apple, right? I know that this is Apple, but it's a AAPL right there. I know that this is Apple. I know that that's Microsoft. But if you come here, let me go back home real quick. And we're going to go to, where is it? Oh, that was that. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Go into maps and then come over here. You got S&P 500. Right, you click on, I got it selected on S&P 500 right now. And so you see it's under technology. It's got all the different, what's names in there. And if you hover over them, you see they got their names. You see how I say AAPL, but if you hover over it, you see that says Apple Inc. You know what I'm saying? Hover over that, Microsoft. And it's broke down into different, you got all the different sectors broke down. If you go to like exchange traded funds, what I like to trade ETFs, right? And you got the US sectors over here. If you notice, it says technology, right? And remember when I was telling you about XLK? XLK is the one that I like to invest in because it's one of the spiders. But you got the different set, and these are all different ETFs in the technology sector. These are all different ETFs in the financial sector. I like the spiders: XLF, XLK, XLE in energy. Real estate is XLRE. It's over here somewhere. One of these little smalls. I can't find it right now. I can't see it. XLV is healthcare, consumer discretionary. XLY, XLB materials. Like this is all, these the US sectors over here. And you see they got all the different sectors at the top. It's a financials, technology. That's how you find the ETFs. And that's how you find a ticker for what ETF you want to look at. And if you go to S&P 500, these are the tickers for the different companies. You got technology companies and you just hover over them like NVIDIA, NVDA. It's in the semiconductors, you know what I'm saying? Up under the technology sector. It's part of the semiconductors. You got the consumer electronics with Apple over here. You got Microsoft is under software infrastructure under the technology sector. Like, and that's how you go in and figure out what the tickers are for the different companies, right? That's how you find out what they ticker are. If you want to go to, I'm just leaving YouTube behind. Let me see, Apple, AAPL, investor relations. Investor relations, there it goes, popping up right there, right? It'll get, and see right there, it pop up. Let me do it for Let me do it for YouTube, y'all. Apple, AAPL, APPLE, investor. I ain't got my glasses on. Investor relations. There it is right there. So you click there and right there it says investorrelation.apple.com. Then you click on that and it pulls up Apple's investor relation page. Here we go. This is their it's everything about Apple here. It's got stock price, SEC filing, up at the top, SEC filings, leadership and governance. You can come here and look at, learn about their leadership under leadership and governance. It's got everybody. That's old Tim Cook. It's got so you go and you can read up on their leadership, see how their leadership doing. SEC filings. If you go into SEC filings, this the money right here. This the money. It's got all the different SEC filings that they have to file. You see these 10Qs, 10Ks. Those are like quarterly reports, and the K is annual reports. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to look at the 10Qs, and I like to look at the 10Ks and the 10Qs too. During the you can also come here and they have links for their earnings call. You can come there and you can actually listen to their earnings call live. They have a page where you can go, and every publicly traded company got a page like this. You just type their name and investor relations and you can go to it. That I think I done sprayed the water hose down y'all throat long enough, but like I say, anybody that want these slides, after we get done, I'm gonna be putting it to a Google Drive, and then I can give you the link to the, matter of fact, what I'll do, I'm gonna put it in a Google Drive and I'm gonna save it to my my Instagram page. Go to my Instagram bio and then click on, I can give you my Instagram page, and then you can click it and download the slides for free. But that's all I got. Do we got any questions? The room real quiet. I know it's a lot of questions out there. It's real quiet. I know it's a lot of questions out there. Do you got?
So the negative, does that mean they're doing good, or does that mean?
That's their performance on Friday. So on Friday, Apple was down 3.86% on Friday. They was down, and then if you change it to the performance and go to 1 year performance, from a year back, they up 15.48% from a year back. If you go to year to date, from January up until now, they're down 18% from January to now. Man, when I tell you the market been falling since January, it's been plummeting. Like, everybody been getting repriced from all that money that they pulled on the street back in 2020. Everybody been getting repriced. So it's like the market acting like it's trying to find the bottom, right now, but you don't never want to try to guess the bottom. You want to wait till the market show you what it's going to do. But when at times like this the time to start scaling in. This the time to start buying. You don't want to get it. You don't want to get it when it's at that plus 15%. You want to get it at this negative 18. You know what I'm saying? Because when you want to buy companies when they on sale. You know what I'm saying? To be realistic, just a number to throw out there. If it's a high flying, fast moving company, you want to buy your shares when it's roughly down 12, 15% or more. If it's like a slow moving company, it don't move like erratic like Walmart, you want to buy it when it's like down 7, 8%. If it's down 7, 8%, that's a deal on Walmart, because Walmart don't skyrocket. If Tesla down 30%, buy it. If Apple down 20%, buy it. It's like if it's a high moving stock, it's different levels of when you want to buy these stocks. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to buy it when it's up. You only want to buy it when it's down. You only want to buy it when it's down. You say change it from, my bad. Yeah, I apologize, YouTube. Do YouTube got any questions? We got 7 minutes.
You said opening a brokerage account.
Yes.
Just to pretty much you put your money in there to hold it to. But that
Okay, good question. The brokerage account is the vessel that you use to buy and sell the positions. So you need that to buy and sell. You put the money in there to have it ready when it's time to buy. Like when it go on sale, you don't want to be trying to move your money in. You just want to have your money sitting there waiting. So when it's time to buy, because when you look at your brokerage account, you will see cash and you will see market value. Your market value is going to be any positions that you have open, how much they're worth if you sold them all right now today. Right? Your total account is your market value plus your cash. And so it's like you always want to have your cash in your account. So when it go on sale, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to get to Walmart and be like, hold on, let me transfer money from my savings because the way my checking and my savings set up. You know what I'm saying? You want to have your money there ready and go.
And you can put whatever amount of money you want into your cash part of your brokerage home.
Yes, you can put, it'll be limitations on how much you can move daily. You know what I'm saying? It's like they gonna say like if you go to transfer money, depending on the broker, it may say you can only transfer 50,000 per day. You can only, but when it comes to like the IRA portion, you can only invest 6,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? And when I say invest, that means what's in the market, like your market value. And you can only put this amount in there because once you open the IRA, you can put the money in there. But then once the money in there, you can invest the money. And then just like with the brokerage account or the regular taxable account, you can put the money in there. Then once the money in there, you can invest the money. But you can only put 6,000 a year into the IRA. Any other questions?
So for someone that's starting out, what would be maybe like a small amount, or what would you suggest someone put in to try to kind of get their feet wet?
Whatever you're not gonna miss. Put any amount in there that you're not gonna miss. Don't just say if you make $500 a month, don't go put $300 a month in your brokerage account. You know what I'm saying? I tell my nieces and everybody I know, young people, I'll be like, put $25 a pay period in your brokerage account. Just start putting it in there. That's what I tell all the teenagers I know. I'll be like, put $25 a pay period in your brokerage account. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to start to build up. It's going to start to build up. And then when something go on sale, you know what I'm saying? You've been putting $25 over there for a few months. Now you got like $800 in your account. And then Apple go on sale. Apple be at like 140. You be like, oh, that's a deal on Apple. I'm going to go buy 2 shares of Apple. Boom. You know what I'm saying? You got $800 over there. So you go spend that $280 on Apple and then just let the rest sit there in cash. You just want to scale in. You just want to scale in when it go on sale. Good question. Any other question? We got 4 minutes.
What make it go up and down? What make the like the percentage go up and down?
People, when people buy shares of Apple, it go up. When they sell shares of Apple, it go down. Like on a negative day, that mean like me and you, all of us in this room can't move this stock. Like when you see it going negative like this, a lot of hedge funds and people with big money are moving millions of dollars out of this position right now. They may be moving money out of Apple to come over here and buy ExxonMobil. And that make that go up. You see what I'm saying? And you can do the same thing with your portfolio. Just say you got 10 shares of Apple, right? And Apple go up $50, right? So that's 10 times 50, that's $500, right? You $500 in the green on Apple. You say, I want to take $250 of them profits, right? So you sell enough shares to get $250 of Apple. Then you come over here because Exxon on sale and you put that $250 in Exxon. Now you got Exxon in your portfolio and Apple, but you use the money that you made from Apple to buy the Exxon. You see what I'm saying? Good question. What's your shirt size? Extra large. I got 1. You cooking with Crisco. There you go, my brother. There you go, my brother. Appreciate you for coming out.
All right, I appreciate you.
Yeah, any other questions? Okay, we got 2 smalls, 1 medium, and 2 large. Who wear small? Anybody wear small? Okay, oh, you wear small. Okay, what's your name again? Ty. Okay, Ty. Oh, I ain't in the camera no more. I'm sorry. Let me go. Let me. I ain't gonna try to get down to where we at. Oh, we got 1 minute. We got 1 minute. What does every public traded company, what site do they have? Well, every publicly traded company is where you can find out all the information you need to know about them. What's the name? What do they call them sites? It's their what?
Relationship page.
Close enough. Investors relations. Investor relations. Shout out to help in the background. Shout out to help in the background. Okay, I got a medium and 2 larges. Medium.
Somebody on YouTube say medium.
Who wear medium?
All 100 elite.
Oh, that's 100. What up, 100? What's that 100? That's one of the spider game. If y'all like dogs, if y'all into buying dogs, go to Instagram and it's bully_Frenchies on Instagram. It's like he got dogs. That's my homie 100. Okay, nobody wear medium. Large. Anybody wear large?
Yeah, we're squeezing one.
We're squeezing one. I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Here you go. 2 large. 1 here, 1 there. There you go. I appreciate y'all for coming out. You go. Okay, appreciate it. I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. That's my time. My name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I hope y'all was able to glean something from this. If you want to move on to the second part, please come back on July the 2nd, same time, same room. And then if you want to learn about like trading, want to be a trader, learn technical analysis, August 13th, same room, same time. Excuse me. Appreciate you. YouTube, y'all know what the lick read. Till the next time, gone.